I think you are the one through which I heard the word data on Kubernetes. The OK community is growing heavily. Talk a bit about. I mean, AI is all about data, inferencing and everything. Talk a bit about when we look at anynines data services, which is one of your strength, and when developers are or DevOps teams are looking at self-service automation platform where anynyne fits irrespective of what kind of workload they're running. If they are dealing with data services, anynynes has the building blocks ready for them.
So interestingly, when you look at the Klutch challenge, you have a lot of application developers, and the first thing you want to do is separate the application developer cluster from where the data service automation is run. If you make that separation for the application developer using Klutch, there is no difference in using Amazon RDS versus anynynes Postgres versus AWS Postgres that runs as a Kubernetes operator, because it will always feel like a local operator. So the point is, running data services on Kubernetes can be done. There are some complexities, as you need to manage the Kubernetes cluster as well as the operator on top of it. You need to scale the Kubernetes cluster along with the growing or shrinking demand of the Kubernetes operators provisioning more or less data service instances. But I think, it's perfectly fine to do that. Our anynynes data services hooking right into the API of an infrastructure, they scale to the limit of infrastructure. You don't have to deal with that. So there are pros and cons of having VMs versus containers. We personally believe that Kubernetes operators are perfectly fine to run data services at scale that are on-demand provisioning. However, we don't see the tremendous pressure to put the data service automation on Kubernetes, which I would have predicted a few years ago, did not really happen. So if we build new data service today, we still look into BOSH-based data services versus Kubernetes as a foundation. And the decision on which technology to pick is, first of all, driven by the preference of the clients. And second, the availability of good tools out there that help to build that automation faster. So, for example, if there's a good operator out there that we could use to put our features on top, then we'll go with Kubernetes. But we also have clients asking, well, would you give us a BOSH-based service? Because we prefer VMs.